This is the all-new Poco X4 Pro 5G smartphone. It's a rather confused handset because it has a name that represents an upgrade over the Poco X3 Pro, but the hardware underneath and the overall package tells a different story. Unlike its predecessor, the Poco X4 Pro doesn't offer any headline feature. In fact, everything it brings to the table is already available on a number of sub 20k smartphones in India, which isn't what Poco is known for in the first place. But we still think that the Poco X4 Pro can be a good option for anyone looking for a good mid-range 5G smartphone. Let's find out why, but before that, let's check out what's inside the box. Let's open it up, and here we have a card port. The first thing that you will see here is a SIM card ejector tool, and then we have the quick start guide. We have a case here, and this is a typical transparent silicone case to give some degree of protection to your smartphone. Let's just keep it here, and then we have the handset. So as I mentioned, we have the black color variant, but you can also find it in a vibrant yellow color shade that looks very vibrant and very attractive. This is very glossy, and you can see some sort of pattern here. A big camera module at the back side with bold Poco branding, and we have a 64 megapixel AI triple lens camera system. This is highly glossy, and you can also see this 5G engraved here at the back panel. Let's just keep it here and let's check out what else we have in the box. So Poco has given us a 67-watt charging brick in the box, so you don't have to purchase this charging brick from the market. It's a good thing that you get this hefty charger in the box itself. And then we have a type A to type C data cable. So you get the case, you get the data cable and a charging brick in the box. There are no earphones or headphones inside this packaging. And here we have the smartphone. So let's quickly take a look at the design and other important specifications of the Poco X4 Pro 5G. The Poco X4 Pro comes in three colors: yellow, blue and black. We are testing the black variant that flaunts a highly glossy back panel with a unique light trace pattern and a big camera module that's reminiscent of the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra's mighty camera setup. The back panel picks up smudges rather quickly, and we would have preferred a matte finish texture. However, that's quite subjective. The smartphone is slimmer and lighter than the X3 Pro, which was an ergonomic nightmare. It has a boxy design, flat glass back and flat plastic edges with a side-mounted fingerprint scanner cum power button. It is very snappy and unlocks the phone instantly. The power button is also customizable and can help you invoke the AI assistant, launch camera and perform a couple of tasks which would come in handy. You get a Type-C port at bottom along with the microphone, speaker unit and a hybrid SIM card tray. There's a second speaker at top completing the stereo speaker setup along with a 3.5mm audio jack, a second microphone for noise cancellation and an IR blaster. The front has a big 6.67 inches screen with a centrally aligned punch hole cutout. You can also spot a dedicated earpiece, which is good. Overall, we liked the new design scheme of Poco X series. It makes the phone sleeker and more comfortable for one-hand use. The Poco X4 Pro flaunts a 6.67 inches Full HD AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate and a 360Hz touch sampling rate. It is essentially the same OLED screen that Redmi is offering on its Note 11 Pro Plus handset. The AMOLED display produces vibrant colors and delivers an immersive video playback and gaming experience. Content consumption under bright light is handled well by the OLED panel as it offers a peak brightness of 1200 nits. We couldn't stream HDR videos on OTT platforms and YouTube, which is a bit of a letdown. Similar to the Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus, the Poco X4 Pro is also powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 695 chipset. The smartphone comes in three different configurations, all using LPDDR4 RAM and UFS 2.2 storage. We are testing the 8GB plus 128GB variant with MIUI 3 based on Android 11, which is slightly disappointing as we were expecting Poco to ship the new phone with Android 12.
Nevertheless, the phone seems to run smoothly without any performance hiccups. We haven't faced any app loading issues or alarming heat signatures even while playing heavy games such as BGMI at maximum supported graphics settings. We will give you more details on the hardware software performance in our comprehensive review. But before that, a useful tip. While setting up the Poco X4 Pro or any Redmi or Xiaomi smartphone, don't forget to disable these toggles. If you enable these, your phone will constantly receive unwanted ads and notifications, which is something you won't appreciate. The Poco X4 Pro has a triple lens camera system featuring a 64 megapixel Samsung made GW3 primary sensor accompanied by an 8 megapixel wide angle sensor and a 2 megapixel macro sensor. Poco claims that the team has achieved some fine tuning with the 64 megapixel main sensor to deliver better photography experience. We noticed slight improvements in the color science while taking outdoor shots. However, the indoor pictures still show boost up contrast levels. The maximum video recording resolution is capped at 1080p 30fps, which again is a letdown in my opinion. Here are some camera samples and wait for our comprehensive review to know more about the camera performance in detail. Poco X4 Pro's battery cell and the fast charging setup again reminds us of the Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus. The smartphone draws power from a hefty 5000 mAh battery cell which is supported by a 67-watt fast charging adapter. Poco claims that the bundled adapter refuels a big battery from flat to 50% in just 15 minutes and should recharge it to 100% in about 42 minutes in ideal conditions. Wait for our final review where we will test all these claims. So guys, as we mentioned in the start, the Poco X4 Pro isn't quite an upgrade over the X3 Pro. It lacks that raw performance which differentiates the Poco smartphone from the competition. It is more like a lifestyle version of more powerful Poco handsets and focuses on delivering a good day-to-day performance with a promise of future connectivity. If you are happy with that sort of arrangement, the X4 Pro shouldn't disappoint you. We will talk more about the smartphone's performance in our comprehensive review, so stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe Gizbot's YouTube channel for more technology videos.